Hi, this is Urvi from Fitness with Urvi. October is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month and I thought of doing something different. Kavitha Kartik has been my neighbor and also a very good friend. Recently she's been diagnosed with breast cancer. She instantly accepted our request to speak about the breast cancer, which has affected many women in today's life. I hope that our personal video is going to be helping us to take necessary precautions well in time. Hi Kavitha.
Hi Urvi.
Welcome to Fitness with Urvi and thank you for accepting our request.
Thank you. You're most welcome. Hello everyone.
Yes. So when were you diagnosed with breast cancer?
This was a couple of months back. In fact, maybe like say Jan, Feb, when I was in the peak of my fitness, time. It happened I started observing my nipple retracting. But then that was one of the symptoms of breast cancer, which I did not know. So I ignored it for a month or so because too busy with children and classes and their classes and everything. Basically when you are fit and there are no other symptoms, so you try to ignore it, right, yourself. So it happened after exams, March month came. Then in the month of March also I traveled. So 2 months, roughly Feb and March I ignored it. April again what happened is I never intended to go to a doctor. It happened I accompanied my friend for her problem to a gynae. So what happened is I went to the gynae along with her. Then after she finished I said okay, let me also take an appointment. And it just happened I went to doctor. I said I don't have any problem, I just have a question, why one of my nipple is retracting. So that's when she said okay, come to the observation desk, and she could feel it, whereas I was very regular in self-examination, doing self-examining and even to look around for any lump. But in my case there was no pain, no other symptoms, and this was one of the symptoms. And that particular day on April 20th, when doctor checked, she felt it, and later she made me also feel, and I was like, yes, I could feel the lump. It was quite big by then, and it was a fast growing category. So we went ahead with everything, all the treatments. The same day, mammogram confirmed it. But I was lucky, thankful to God. That particular day, it all happened, though it was not planned.
So at what stage did you diagnose it?
It was, by then almost it was stage 2, 3. So we had to then immediately start with the chemo. So we could not stay back, stay, and even there was no time to take second opinion. But then it was a fast growing category.
So how did you feel when you first received the news about breast cancer?
Actually it was a setback. Naturally, when you feel you were very healthy and that point of time, it was a setback because the name cancer itself is very scary.
Yes.
For any normal person or rather a healthy person, it's a scary. The term is very scary.
Yes.
But then I would say after coming this long, yes, after the initial setback, okay, things settled with friends and family support, everything has become normal. But initially it was a big setback, why me, again that question.
Yes.
And you keep pondering what went wrong, what you did not do to yourself, why this has come to me. But then there are some things it can come to any person, right? Anybody can get it, right? So with no family history, it was even more heartbreaking that point of time. But then okay, my friends and family helped me to recover from it very quickly.
More about the treatment. So what is chemotherapy basically?
Chemotherapy basically it is a set of antibiotics, strong antibiotics given as per your weight and age criteria. Dosage is given, and these antibiotics are administered through IV. Okay. The IV can be through your cannula every time you get it, or there is portic cap. There is a port which is surgically put inside me.
Okay.
And through that it is being given. So and because I have to take this full year chemotherapy, so this actually won't spoil my veins.
Okay.
Yeah. So because it's being very strong. So this chemo depends upon your age, as I told you, weight. And the number of chemo sessions also depends upon person to person, and the cancer, the type of cancer also.
Okay. So how many sessions have you gone through?
I have gone through total 16 as of now, and now last 3 weeks back I had my last one, and now I am waiting for my surgery.
Okay, that's nice.
Which is next week.
That's nice.
So luckily with God's grace, the lump is no more, but I would be going for a lumpectomy, that is removal of lump.
So that's scheduled for next week.
Scheduled for next week. Yes.
So after this, do you have to take any precautionary measures, anything that after your surgery?
After my surgery, it would be like some basic exercises and food control, diet control, and maybe in long run, like I have to keep monitoring it, like checking for any relapse.
Yeah, so there are chances of it relapsing back?
Yes, always, like but then generally the percentage is like depends again, like how you maintain.
So the number of chemotherapies depends on the stage when it is diagnosed, or it's the same?
Yes, stage when it is diagnosed, because sometimes what happens is, if you are in a very later stage, like the doctor would suggest you to remove the tumor and then go with the chemo and radiation. In my case, like my case was such, like chemo was advised first and then surgery.
So what are the after effects of the chemotherapy, and is it very painful? We hear of like many women couldn't take it. So what does that mean? Is it very painful, or the after effects?
After effect of, or rather side effects of chemo depends again person to person. Age factor, your inner strength, your metabolism, your body, like how much you are able to take. It's just like an antibiotic. When you take an antibiotic, the same antibiotic will vary person to person, right? The side effects. So here also the side effects, the first and foremost is it affects each and every cell of your body. So first thing is it shakes all your follicles. So naturally you have to shave off your hair, like so that's another setback. I think hearing about cancer was not a setback. For a lady it is like when you lose your hair. But then you have to keep in mind, like see, God has in my case at least I am blessed to detect it early and go for a treatment, and I have my life right now. So life is important than your hair.
Yes.
And this hair, what I have already lost, it will come back. I will get it back, like once after treatment.
Yes.
So it will take a couple of months or like few years, but then hair is secondary. So yes, the setback, like when you really say, like what shaken me up was the time when like I saw my hair like just coming. Like,
Yes. So what was the feelings that you went through, and I mean, anything you would like to share your experience?
Yes, like see, each day was so difficult to me. Like I would say, like if I want to write it down, I can write a book full of like my side effects, after effects, how I have like gone through it. Like say day 1 onwards, it's like it starts with nausea. It's again reminded me the initial 4 I said most powerful, like antibiotics, and the very first chemo means the very first antibiotic is the most powerful being given to start off with, and that itself, the very first injection, you can expect your hair like going off, and that point of time, all the feelings you got as a pregnant, like pregnancy, the same thing you get it, like yes, you experience the same to start off with. The nausea, like you say about morning sickness, the same thing throughout the day.
Oh.
Like there is no night and day difference, like so then you of course there are medicines, like you can take it and you can reduce the side effects, and drinking lots of water, like to flush out the side effects, antibiotic effects, and related, like whatever you can experience with an antibiotic, everything. Then another side effects are nose bleeding, like which is like very common. Then more, like, you know.
How did have this show up on your family and your kids? How did they react to it? And I'm sure it is.
I think, yeah, like, you know, see, how am I going to tell this to my friends was very easy for me when I thought about it. But then, because I wanted to spread this so that others also become alert and, like, you know, they go for a checkup and all. But then telling my family was the most difficult thing. Telling my kids, like, you know. But even today, like, you know, yes, eventually they all got to know. Even my mom, like, you know, maybe my parents, like I just told them, they are the last ones to know. Maybe. Though, like, they knew about it. I told them about lump and everything, you know, treatment, injections going on, because my summer vacation, which I planned 6 months back, had to be cancelled, right?
Yes.
And for them, like, once I book ticket and they start counting the days, like,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
okay.
yes.
So I had to tell them, like, you know, if I am under treatment, like, and you know, my brother came over and, like, so they knew something is going on wrong. But then obviously we never told them it is like breast cancer. But then my children also, like, I have never told them it's a breast cancer, but they know almost, like, you know, what is happening, like. So because the daughter is very small, but how I come out of it is, yes, they are also my inspiration, like, you know. See, they are so small. Either when the moment I got to know, I have only two options. Either you surrender to this disease or you come out of it. So obviously, like, I want to, yes, fight it out and, like, you know, fight
Especially
out.
for your kids.
Yes, for my kids.
For
They are
the
so
ones who
small.
don't know, she has a daughter of Saranya's age, who's 8 years old, and a son of
12 years.
12 years. So, son, I think it would be still okay, but for someone like Niveda, who's just 8 years, it would be very difficult for her.
Yes, of course, because, like, she is the one, I don't know whether I admired my hair so much or not. She is the one who loves my hair, like, you know. Because she has got a very straight hair, like, maybe would be, like, you know, straight and silky hair, and, you know, she has got very long, and she loves her hair, and she loves my hair more than hers, because, like, grass is always greener, right? I used to have a wavy hair, so she always wanted, like, you know,
Yes.
that kind of hair, like, so how do I tell, like, you know, her, like, Mama is not going to have hair for some time. But you won't believe with me, kids are our strength, like, you know, they are like, now, like, you know, after seeing me, after all this, going through it, like, you know, she is like, Mama, keep this hairstyle only, because you can tie various, like, you know, kinds of scarves and, like, you know, maintenance of hair.
Yeah.
I feel it's good for you, like, you have more time now.
You look more like an Arabic. That's
Yeah.
nice.
To be in the, you know, that's the lighter side of it. But then, yes, my children, whatever, like, you know, it is, they are also equally, like, you know, they had their worries, concerns. Then we had a, you know, counseling, one-to-one session with them. Mama is fine, it's just that Mama is not well, and, like, you know, it will take some time for Mama to come out of it.
Yes.
But then nothing to worry about. It's like, you know, God is with us, and it's good Mama early, like, you know, found out this. And my children, actually, the day I was waiting, you know, with 1 week, with tied to my hair, which is already loosened up, you know, 1 week. It was so heavy, like, because I just wanted them to finish with their exams, and it should not affect. That was in that during that period, like, their main exams were going on. So final exam. Yeah. So, and what I did is, the last day of the exam, I told them, when you come back, Mama would be looking different. And I already told them, like, you know, because of side effect, Mama would be removing. And so I came, and I had that week, and, like, you know, when they came down, I was also down. Same moment we met up. And he's like, she looked at me, no, I don't want this week, I will come and shop for you. She's like, I will come and shop different week. I said, that's good idea. Every week we will go. Let's be positive.
Yes.
Let's start. Yes, every day, like, you know, we will have a new hairstyle. She's like, very nice.
So they have been your support into this.
Yes.
Family support is, of course, very important.
Yes, family support. My husband, like, you know, day in and night, like, you know, even a moment he has not left me, you know, alone. So, really, last 15 years we have completed this year.
Actually, what was in my eyes, but yes.
Yes, like, you know, and my parents, of course, like, you know, everybody, my brother, my doctors, like, you know, in this journey, so many friends, like, you know, I don't even want to name, because, like, there are so many who came and spent so many hours. Like if you have a friend suffering, that is the best thing you can do. Go and spend time, because the killing that chemo period, because it's a journey. Like once you finish the chemo, you may come out of it, you may not everybody may be lucky like me, okay, but somebody you need to support by giving your time, not anything else. Right? There were many, I want to thank all my friends here.
You have a network in Kuwait.
Yes, there is a patient network as well as there are many organizations working towards it, especially for breast cancer. My doctors are Indian. My oncologist surgeon is Dr. Philip in KCC, and Dr. Sanjay, who is the chemotherapist. One of the best doctors I've got, and through them I got to know about this patients group. And they actually support, it's a Hayat support, and this group is extremely good, and they help us with each other's solving the problems, concerns, and whatever doubts we have. And our doctors are also always available now with the latest technology, always on WhatsApp and messengers. So that way treatment over here is one of the best, in Kuwait, I would say.
Could you just name the network support over here in Kuwait?
Yeah. Actually, one is offered by KCC itself, that is Kuwait Cancer Center. They have their own support group over there, who supports with every emotional requirement of yours. They have psychologists over there. They have beauticians, who will teach you to even tying a scarf.
Okay.
They actually even you want to remove your hair also. They have a salon over there, so that's it's like 100% full support.
Full support.
Yes. Then we have this the group which right now my doctors referred is Ruqayya Abdul Wahid Al Khatami Breast Cancer Foundation.
Where is this located?
This is located in city. So this group, there are doctors involved in the group who are volunteering, to assist the patients with the queries. And thanks to Dr. Sanjay, my chemotherapist, who actually referred me to this group. And the group actually ensures that we meet once in a couple of days. So the patients discuss with each other. Then we are also into spreading especially breast cancer awareness, because the best protection is early detection.
Yes.
Yeah. So for that, self-examination, yes, it helps to certain extent, but there are cases like mine, you need to go to your gynae for regular checkup and ensure, give some time to yourself, which most of us, yes, since you all are with Fitness with Urvi, the first step you have already taken, trying to be healthy.
Thanks.
Yes, but second most important thing is, please visit your doctor, spare some time for yourself, do annual checkup, mammograms, and all related, health related, not only for this cancer, there are various other types of cancers, health issues. Give time for yourself. You're going to Fitness with Urvi, go for regular checkups.
I would like to know that are there any cancer fighting food that you have to include in your daily foods?
With my experience and what I have read and what I've been now using it, I think some which I was not using, some of the fruits like berries, intake of more berries, and more health conscious diet, more raw food, fruits, lot of fruits, and there are some very good foods I was told which will help you to fight cancer, like pomegranate, which you can use as a juice, 4 pomegranate makes 1 glass roughly. So that intake I never used to have before. Maybe if you all are into already Fitness with Urvi, now go for more salads, fruits, and raw food, which is also a must. I was always into it, but the quantity was not that much. So maybe 4 days, 5 days, include more
of fruits and salads.
Fruits and salads.
So would you like to, give a message to the women in our community, any precautionary measures or anything that you would just want to
Yes,
let them know?
if you get to know that you have got cancer, or anybody around you, then there is nothing to worry about it. Today, like the treatment, we have got most advanced treatments. Um, all depends upon stage also, your willpower. You have to fight it out, like support your friend, support yourself, don't get into the depression mode, and you have to talk about it, like so you may get ideas about like eating, and I would say the 6 months, like each and every day I was suffering one or other like side effect of the chemo, but I could smoothly sail through it only because I was talking it out, like and plus yes, I have a doctor at home, like my brother is a doctor, so he came over here, like he is a very good kidney and liver transplant surgeon, so he himself has confirmed the Kuwait the KCC treatment is one of the best and world class, and so with him again, like telling me, backing me up with this treatment plan. So stay with one place, like whichever is comfortable. For me, my family is here to being with the family gives me more like strength and emotional support. So I opted to stay back here, get my treatment done over here, speak about it, and as much as possible spread this word and spread these various like various breast cancer like symptoms like to most of my friends, family, and relatives, so that like they are aware of it, and better early early the protection comes from early detection detection of cancer any type. So better go for it, like your health routine checkup. That is only I would advise, like talk about it if you have it or if somebody has it, better, so more and more people are aware of it, like we can try to eliminate, or like we can like me, everybody should be blessed enough to early find it out and go for it, fight it out, and I hope like everything gets back to normal in my life as soon as possible. Yes.
On behalf of my members and also from Fitness with Urvi, I would like to thank Kavitha Kartik for coming forward and sharing her story and bringing an awareness for all the women who can take necessary precautions well in time. Thank you so much, Kavitha.
Thank you, Ruby.
Yes,
I would like to thank everybody for helping me to strongly come out of this.
Yes.
And face each and every day with a smile. And I would like to thank, special thanks to my hubby, my family, my children, my parents, my brother, my doctors in KCC, my support groups like Al Sidra and Hayat Foundation, and all my friends, each and every friend who have come forward and gave me full support. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.